Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace is one of the most celebrated works in world literature, combining the sweep of epic historical events with intimate personal narratives. It offers a deep exploration of human nature, politics, war, and society through a diverse set of characters whose lives are shaped by the Napoleonic Wars. Here's a critical analysis of the novel. 1. Scope and structure. War and Peace is remarkable for its vast scope and ambition. The novel spans multiple decades, involves a large cast of characters, and addresses themes of history, love, war, peace, fate, and free will. Tolstoy seamlessly blends the personal and political, the intimate and the epic, moving from scenes of aristocratic life in Russian salons to the horrors of the battlefield. Historical epic versus philosophical novel. The novel is both a historical account of Napoleon's invasion of Russia, and a deep meditation on the nature of power, history, and human agency. The narrative shifts between detailed accounts of historical battles and philosophical reflections on history and fate. This dual nature sets War and Peace apart as a work that transcends the conventional boundaries of the novel form. Narrative techniques. Tolstoy employs a multi-perspective narrative technique, often delving into the thoughts and emotions of characters, creating a psychologically rich tapestry. His ability to weave personal stories with historical events gives the novel both immediacy and depth. 2. Philosophical themes. Tolstoy's philosophical concerns are at the heart of War and Peace. He explores large, metaphysical questions about history, human agency, and morality. Historical determinism versus free will. One of the central philosophical questions in the novel is the role of individuals in the grand sweep of history. Through characters like Napoleon and Tsar Alexander, Tolstoy questions whether great men really shape history or whether they are swept along by forces beyond their control. Tolstoy's skepticism toward the great man theory of history is evident in his portrayal of Napoleon, who is often shown as small and insignificant despite his massive historical presence. Nature of war. Tolstoy's depiction of war challenges the romanticized notion of heroism and glory. The chaos, fear, and randomness of the battlefield are highlighted in the detailed battle scenes. The characters, even military leaders, appear confused and often powerless, which contrasts sharply with traditional depictions of war as an arena for human greatness. Spirituality and the search for meaning. The character arcs of Prince Andrei and Pierre reflect Tolstoy's exploration of personal redemption and spiritual growth. Andrei's initial cynicism about life and Pierre's search for meaning mirror Tolstoy's own existential struggles, as both characters undergo deep, personal transformations. Tolstoy emphasizes the importance of inner peace, moral integrity, and spiritual fulfillment over worldly success. 3. Characterization. Tolstoy's strength as a novelist lies in his ability to create psychologically complex and dynamic characters. The central figures of the novel, Pierre, Prince Andrei Bolkonsky, and Natasha Rostov, are all richly developed, undergoing significant growth over the course of the novel. Pierre's evolution is one of the most profound in the novel. As an awkward, socially clumsy young man who inherits vast wealth, he is initially overwhelmed by his new position and struggles to find purpose. His journey through Masonic beliefs, disillusionment, imprisonment, and eventual peace reflects Tolstoy's belief in the possibility of personal and spiritual transformation. Prince Andrei's development is one of disillusionment with war and society, followed by spiritual awakening. He starts as a proud, ambitious aristocrat seeking military glory, but his near-death experience in battle shifts his perspective. By the end of his life, Andrei has become a figure of moral and emotional depth, finding solace in love and family before his tragic death. Natasha Rostov. Natasha's character represents youth, innocence, and the vibrant spirit of life. Her emotional depth and vitality make her a central figure in the novel's exploration of love and family. She undergoes a significant transformation from a carefree, naive girl to a mature woman, shaped by personal suffering and loss. 4. Themes of love, family, and society. While the novel deals with grand historical events, much of its emotional power comes from its exploration of family dynamics and personal relationships. Love, romantic love is a central theme, but Tolstoy treats it with complexity, often contrasting idealized youthful passion with the realities of adult relationships. Natasha and Andrei's love story is marked by youthful idealism, but is eventually tested by circumstances. Pierre's ultimate union with Natasha reflects a more mature, spiritual understanding of love. Family. Tolstoy portrays the family as a microcosm of society, and the Rostov and Bolkonsky families represent different aspects of Russian society. The Rostovs, though financially unstable, are warm and loving, while the Bolkonskys are more rigid and duty-bound. The contrasting family dynamics allow Tolstoy to explore different social and emotional realities. Russian identity. Tolstoy uses the aristocracy's embrace of French language and culture to critique the alienation of the Russian elite from their own people. The war with Napoleon is not just a military conflict but also a clash of identities, as many Russian nobles initially idolize French culture but later reassert their Russian identity as the country unites against the invaders. 5. Narrative style and realism. Tolstoy's narrative is marked by its realism and attention to detail. His meticulous descriptions of everyday life, battle scenes, and the emotional landscapes of his characters create a vivid sense of time and place. The novel's realism lies not only in its detailed physical descriptions but also in its psychological depth. Tolstoy captures the nuances of human behavior and emotion, allowing readers to empathize with characters even when they act in morally ambiguous ways. Psychological realism. Tolstoy's characters are not static, they evolve over time, shaped by their experiences and the world around them. Their thoughts and feelings are presented with a raw, almost intrusive clarity. This psychological realism gives the novel a timeless quality, as readers can relate to the inner lives of the characters despite the historical and cultural distance. 6. Criticism. Despite its immense success and influence, War and Peace has also been subject to criticism. Digressions and philosophical interludes. Some critics argue that Tolstoy's philosophical digressions disrupt the flow of the narrative. The lengthy reflections on history, war, and fate can feel didactic, and some readers might find them excessive or unrelated to the plot. Tolstoy himself was famously conflicted about the novel's genre, stating that it was neither a novel nor a historical chronicle, which led to its sprawling structure. Pacing and length. The novel's length can be overwhelming, with some readers finding the pacing uneven. The shift between personal narratives and historical episodes may create a sense of disconnection for those more interested in one aspect over the other. Treatment of female characters. While Natasha is a central figure, the novel has been criticized for its limited perspective on women, who are often defined by their relationships to men or their roles within the family. Tolstoy's exploration of women's lives doesn't have the same psychological depth as his treatment of male characters like Pierre or Andrei. Conclusion. War and Peace is a monumental work that combines historical events with intimate human experiences, exploring the tensions between fate and free will, war and peace, public duty, and private life. Tolstoy's nuanced understanding of human psychology, his intricate depiction of historical events, and his philosophical insights make it one of the greatest achievements in literature. Its scope and complexity might present challenges to readers, but its rich exploration of human existence ensures its enduring relevance.